Welcome to the video. Today I'll be showing you how I wet heal my tattoo. There are a couple of different methods, but what you're about to see is my arm freshly washed, and I've just applied a single coat of moisturiser. Well, actually, it's a blocker cream called the Panthan. You can just see it there, where it's slightly white around his stomach. You can see the difference between a healed tattoo there at the top and the fresh tattoo at the bottom. And you can see the colours are a lot more vivid. But I'm happy with the heal on the second one. Sorry, the first one. But the really vibrant colour is because it's freshly laid. You can see around the bottom of the feet I've got some white discoloration. That is because I've put too much cream on, and you'll see later on in the video that gets more pronounced when it starts to flake. So I use a product called the Panthan for the first 3 to 4 days of my heal. It looks like this. It's a nappy rash ointment or barrier cream. When you apply it to the tattoo and to your arm, it looks like this. It's a very white sheen that it adds to the tattoo. And as you wrap it in cling film, which I haven't shown here, but it eventually starts to absorb into the skin. Now, I wrap my tattoos not because you have to. The barrier cream, the Panthan, will act as a barrier, but because generally when I'm healing, I don't particularly want to get it on my clothes, my shirt, furniture, that kind of thing. So it acts as an effective barrier on its own, but I do wrap my tattoos. So once you've left the cream on for a few minutes, you'll be left with a sheen over the tattoo, just like this. You can see there where it's whiter than other areas, particularly around the feet of Blastoise and the toes there of Charizard. The reason it looks like that, and you can see a little bit on the wing there, is I've put slightly too much on. Now, this isn't an issue, but it does mean, firstly, that you are going to get it everywhere. It'll come off more frequently if there's more of it on there. And also, really, you don't want to be putting too much of anything really on your skin, because it can hinder the healing process. Now, don't get me wrong, as long as you're looking after it and keeping it clean, generally speaking, it'll heal nice. The reason I wet heal like this is, firstly, it doesn't tend to peel as much. You can see there's very little in the way of active peeling there. This is after about 3 days of healing, and you can see there's very little in the way of peeling. Now, if I were to dry heal, the tendency for me would be to pick at it, which would leave gaps in the lines around, in the colour gradients around the tip of the wing there. And I did the same heal on the tattoo you're looking at just now, and I found that the wet heal provides a better overall finish. The key to any good tattoo heal, I think, is staying hydrated. What I tend to use after the Panthan period of the heal, so after around about 4 to 5 days, I will switch to a hand cream, much like this. This is made by Neutrogena. It is a hand cream, as it says on the packet there. The key thing for me is that it's unscented. Now, your skin might act completely different to mine, and you might find you prefer a scent. However, from the people who I've spoken to, and certainly my experience, unscented firstly doesn't sting as it's going on, and also it generally interferes less with the healing process. Products such as this, which is another hand cream made, I think, by a UK cosmetics company, but I'm not 100% sure. Hand food smells really, really nice. It's made by Soap and Glory, and it smells great. It's great for my hands, but for healing a tattoo, the scent's too strong. It will sting, and if it's stinging, to me, it's not doing a good job. Now, going back to the one I would use, like I say, it is a product which is available pretty widely in the UK. I'm not sure what it's like overseas, but certainly I managed to pick up this from my local supermarket. Boots stock it, and you can get it on Amazon, I believe. So, moving forward another day, you can start to see that the tattoo is beginning to peel. And this is using the Neutrogena unscented cream I've just mentioned. You can see it's starting to be tight around his face. You can see it's starting to peel, much in the same way as sunburn would. Now, it does start to itch at this point. I haven't been affected too badly with it, but my my tattoo artist said that he has occasionally found that it itches a lot. Now, applying more cream to it later that evening, you get a sheen over it. And you can see here, in my opinion, I've applied too much. What happens when you apply this amount of cream is you get areas where it clumps, and you have to be very careful not to pull away any of the lines. So it's really key that you're cleaning this regularly and removing any additional cream after it's had a chance to soak in, and it will do that over time. So it looks quite severe at the moment, but later on it does soak into the arm and soak into the skin a lot better than this. But you can see around the edges of the wing you've got bits where the tattoo is starting to peel. It's slightly raised as well, and that will mean that it's a little bit itchy and a little bit sore. It continues to peel and get worse. This looks disgusting. I filmed this in the bathroom at work. I was cleaning the tattoo very regularly and making sure that there wasn't any additional complications with the heel. You can see it's really starting to peel now. And the key thing is just to keep it moisturised, and it will eventually sort itself out, and you'll lose a lot of the colour. Coloured flaking that you see. Now, this is later the same evening, and you can see I've moisturised this throughout the day. I've been doing this roughly every 3 to 4 hours during the day, and it only takes a few minutes at a go. But you can see the peeling is still there, and it has started to back off a little bit, and you'll see that you're starting to be able to see the final colour that is going to be left once the tattoo is finally healed, particularly in the blues there. But you can still see a clear difference between this fresh tattoo and the heel tattoo just behind it. It's disgusting. There's no way around it. This is a horrible process to go through, but hopefully in the end it's worth it. Again, you can see just at the tail there's a little bit of flaking and a little bit of peeling, but keep moisturising, keep it hydrated, drink plenty as well. Make sure you keep it and looking after yourself, and eventually it'll start to even itself out and start to heal. This is what your arm looks like just after applying slightly too much of the Norwegian formula. You can see at this stage it starts to clump, and you get areas where there are bits of the colour coming through and forming essentially lumps of skin. Don't worry about it, just keep applying it and keep it slightly less than I've applied it there. Anybody who says healing a tattoo isn't disgusting is lying to you. This is the inside of my shirt after wearing it for a day at work. Yeah, disgusting. Right, we're another day into the healing process. I've applied half of the cream currently, and the other half not. You can see, again, the tattoo's starting to peel. The skin's starting to, well, essentially it's healing and sealing in itself. But you can see it's clumping quite a lot, and that's perfectly normal. As you can see here, I've applied the cream across the tattoo. You'll notice there's bits where it's patchy, there's bits where the colour's not consistent, but on the main you'll see that what you see in terms of colour now is what you'll end up with once the tattoo is healed, if a little fresh still. You'll notice around particularly the fire there is little left to peel, but around the stomach of Blastoise there and the toes of Charizard, you can see that essentially it's still waiting to be fully healed, and it's perfectly normal. Just keep washing the tattoo and keep looking after it and applying cream every day. A few days later, and the tattoo is pretty much healed. I'm still using the hand cream, the Norwegian formula stuff by Qcknd. You can see it's quite matte in colour and in sort of sheen. You'll see in a second when I switch to a product by Lush that it looks a lot better when it's shiny. So you can see the first application of the Lush elbow grease product. The new tattoo being the Charizard and Blastoise, that's in frame there. As you can see, it really does make the colours pop, and it comes in a bar form, so you can pretty much take it anywhere with you. So this is the elbow grease product by Lush. It comes in 60-gram bars, as far as I'm aware. It's sold throughout the UK, pretty widely, but only through their own brand stores. It's definitely available in France. I have bought it in France previously when I've been over there, and I believe from watching other YouTube videos, some of which I'll link down in the description, you're able to buy it in America as well. I'm not 100% sure about worldwide coverage, although Lush is a fairly small company. They are based out of Poole, I think, in the UK, which is in Dorset. But it's good if you're into the kind of nut testing on animals, vegetarian friendly, that kind of stuff. Not that you'd want to eat this, but generally speaking, they pride themselves on having a higher than average moral standard compared to other cosmetics brands. I'll pop a link in the description to where you can buy this product, but if you've liked this video, if you could give it a thumbs up and give it a share, that'd be great. But always remember, follow your tattooist's advice. I'm just giving my opinion. Thank you.